Good evening, my friends. This is Paul, and today I'm here to tell you about a really exciting happening that occurred to me last night that I definitely didn't think would happen this early on in my channel's history. Last night, after I got back from a very exhausting party, I was checking my email to kind of slow down and recharge a little bit from all that chaos. And I got an email from someone named Vincent. Now, you might be thinking that I shouldn't be revealing the names of the people that email me, but you'll see why it's important that I said the name in a bit. And I'm just thinking, okay, well, sounds like a pretty generic male name, someone who likes my channel, because he started out by saying, hey, I really like how sincere your channel is in a way that most aren't, if you know what I mean. His words, not mine. And then he said, with the 3DS eShop about to close, I really got to get rid of these automaton lung codes. So here you go. So I was like, what's an automaton lung? Like, is that supposed to be slang term for an eShop gift card? So I took out my 3DS, I plugged in the code, and this blew my mind when this next part happened. It was a game, a full-length game that he just gave me in the email. But then, here's where it gets really interesting, is that after the game finished downloading, which didn't take very long at all, I opened up the package and it said that the publisher's name was Luke Vincent, the same name as the person who sent me the email. And I thought, oh, maybe it only says that because that's the person that sent me the game. Maybe it's just like an automated message. So I decided to do even more digging. And as I was Googling, it turns out Luke Vincent is actually the person who made the game. So literally, a game maker who has released a game on the 3DS reached out to me without prompting. I did not reach out to this person first and said, I like what your channel is doing, here's a game. Whether I will review it or not is kind of in the air right now because it seems like a relatively long game, and let's just say the controls take some getting used to, and I've got, other games coming out that I want to play. So if I do review it, it'll probably be a more lighthearted, casual review. I mean, all of my reviews are unscripted, but this one will be even more unscripted than usual because I usually plan a little bit of a script in my head when I review video games, but this one might be just totally off the cuff, not even pre-planned. But it probably won't happen, not because I don't like the game, but because the 3DS eShop is about to close, so I don't know if I want to review a game and have you guys hurry up and go buy it, especially if you watch the video late. That wouldn't be fair to those people that maybe discovered my channel a year or even a month from now. What I do want to accomplish with this video is just to, well, for one, if you're watching this, Luke, thank you. That's amazing that you just sent me a code out of nowhere. You didn't pay me to review your game. You didn't offer a sponsorship, thank goodness, because I really do not want to accept sponsorships on this channel. And so I just, I think it's cool when people in the gaming industry recognize what I do, because I always thought of myself as just an average Joe, a very unremarkable guy who does a couple of vaguely interesting things, who just likes to blab about games and psychology and sometimes just make random videos. And the fact that he discovered my channel, keeping in mind it's a Catholic channel, so how many people are actually willing to take that part of my name seriously, and just said, yo, here's a game. It's about as mind-blowing as when one of my patrons, Matthew Rakowski, sent me a copy of Nier Automata just because he really likes my reviews. So I also figured that for the rest of this video, I'd go over if perhaps there's some changes that might be coming to the channel as a result of me hitting 1,100 plus subscribers. Honestly, I don't see my channel changing radically unless it's for the sake of better production values. Like when people complained that my video reviews were in 480p resolution, it was like, yeah, that's a pretty necessary change. I'm not the type of person that changes for the sake of change. I like there to be a good concrete reason to step up my game. I don't want to be that person that says, hey, I'm popular now, so that means I have to start getting brand deals and I have to start taking sponsorships. Like, good for those people, I guess. I don't particularly like watching those parts of the videos. I just skip past all that, but they need to make a living too. I am probably not going to get monetized, but if I do, I'm definitely going to use most of my paycheck for the sake of helping others. I'm not going to say the exact details, but some of you who I am in confidence with probably know what I'm talking about. Although I highly doubt it, because you have to have 4,000 views within a year, and I'm only at a little over 1,000, or have 10 million views in YouTube Shorts. I like to call them YouTube pants or YouTube jeans, because shorts are an article of clothing. And I don't see myself as being very good at making YouTube shorts. Like, back before I had my YouTube channel, I was known as the guy who always made overly long Facebook posts, which eventually turned into Facebook notes. But then those notes were discontinued in 2020 of all years. And so I started saying, well, if I can't express myself on Facebook, I'll do it more on YouTube. So that's why you saw a Best Memories of 2021 and a Best Memories of 2022 list, because I would always do them on Facebook ever since 2011. And without notes, I couldn't do it. And I said, I am not going to break my annual streak just because Facebook is being stubborn. Don't expect me to get egotistic or head in the clouds just because I happen to have reached over 1,000 subscribers. I'm still just Paul. I'm still just your average Joe that, again, happens to do some cool things every now and then. The channel's more or less going to stay the same. I do really like receiving feedback. Granted, I want it to be constructive feedback, because, like, if you write me a snarky comment like God is a figment of your imagination, I am going to respond just as humorously back, because that doesn't make any sense in the context of my videos. But I do want you guys to engage in my comment system, not for the sake of making my videos popular, but just because I like interacting with you guys. So yes, bring on the comments. Let me know what it is that you want to see on the channel. I can't promise I'll get to everything because these walls are ridiculously thin, so it is very hard to film without either bothering people or background noise being in the video, but I will try my best within my human abilities. If there are other people like Luke Vincent out there who just randomly sends me codes for games, I'm not going to object. But I will say right now that I don't want it to be a paid sponsorship of any kind. I want to be able to say whatever I want to say and not have to feel like I'm shilling to any corporations or publishers. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it, no matter who you are, even if you're one of my best friends and you say, Paul, review this game. If I have to say things like what I said about random spin in those reviews, I'm going to say it if your game is really that bad. I might feel bad about saying it because I know you, but I'm still going to say it. So with that in mind, if you do send me a game, keep that in mind, that I am a very honest person and I don't like sugarcoating myself. Just in case you're wondering why the camera angle randomly changed, this was filmed after I finished filming everything else, so sorry about the Star Wars-ism here. I wanted to add that some of you might be wondering where my 800 and 900 and 1,000 subscriber celebrations are. For starters, the reason I didn't do 800 and 900 is because they came so suddenly that I wasn't expecting it. After I made my video about the Dawn trilogy, I did not expect there to be such a sudden influx of subscribers, especially because those books make me cringe so much looking back on them that I didn't think anyone would be interested except for my diehard fans. Because my motto on this channel, for better or for worse, has been focus on the core audience that enjoys your stuff because you know they are going to like them. And if other people like it, cool, but if they don't, I got my core fan base. So because it came so out of nowhere, I didn't even have time to begin planning a proper 800 subscriber celebration, because then the 900 mark hit and I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to hit 1,000 before I know it. So the 1,000 subscribers is in the works, mostly in my head, but I'm also like in communication with two of my friends who are going to be helping me out. And we're going to try to make it super special. It might be a bit cornier than the last couple of subscriber celebration videos because I really want to double down on Paul humor and what makes me happy in like gaming and things in general. So don't expect it to be like the best one I've ever made, but maybe expect it to be one of the more funnier and Paulistic ones that I've ever made. Just I'm going to estimate I'm going to get it done within a month or two, but don't count on it. It all depends on what the people that I'm working with, what they are able to do in their lives and all that. So with that said, thank you very much, Luke Vincent, for sending me your game. Hopefully you get enough downloads before the 3DS eShop closes, although I have heard that the game is also on Steam, so at least it's being preserved in some way. Thank you very much to my patrons, Matthew Rakowski, Spoon Ghost, Splat Cat, and Scooter Doodle. Yes, somehow she resolved her bank issues. Thank you, Splatcat, for supporting me on Patreon. The link will be in the description if you'd like to join up. I'm really sorry if I'm not good enough at Patreon, but again, these walls and the amount of supporters I have, it's not worth putting in all that effort if hardly anyone is going to look at it. So that's why if I'm going to do the Patreon stuff that you all suggested, such as more Catholic reviews and putting excerpts of my book, I'm going to need more people to join it. So it's not a matter of me being lazy. It's a matter of me thinking about, is it worth spending so much effort and being so vulnerable for something that's not going to do well? So let me know. And until the next time, remember to keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye.